Okay, and here we go. So, okay, and here we go. Yes, hopefully people do join. So, okay, and here we go, and here we go. So, it's those small little sessions that we're doing sort of midday through the day. Not going to last for more than half an hour, no longer than 40 minutes. But the narrative of this one is the wayward ways of Governor Sanwo Olu. Let's just put it that way. It's the wayward ways of Governor Sanwo Olu. So apparently, allegedly, and unconfirmedly, Governor Sanwo Olu has been caught with his trousers down in no less exotic a place than Grenada. So Governor Sanwo Olu caught with his trousers down in Grenada. So let's just get straight into it. See what is going on here. So this story actually broke yesterday from a guy called Jackson Uday, who is a blogger based somewhere, I think, in Canada. It says Sanwo-Olu spent $6 million on side chicks birthday, $1.5 million for a private island, $600,000 for a yacht for 1 week, video surface. So look at the adjective that this guy starts with. Randy Governor Sanwo-Olu spent a whopping $1.5 million of Lagos State taxpayers' money to rent the Calivagny Island in Grenada, a Caribbean island nation where him and his side chick, Aisha Achimugu, spent a night to celebrate her 50th birthday. So let me just pause there for a moment. If Sanwo-Olu is going to have a side chick, and it's not for me to come here and moralize on how anybody chooses to spend their life, or to moralize on anybody's lifestyle. But if Sanwo-Olu is to have a side chick, then you would hope that it's not a 50-year-old person. How old is Sanwo-Olu himself to be having a side chick that is a 50-year-old woman? But apparently, allegedly, that is a side chick. So let's take it from the top again. Sanwo-Olu spent 600. Sanwo-Olu spent $6 million on side chick's birthday. $1.5 million for a private island. $600,000 for a yacht for 1 week. Video surface. Randy Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu spent a whopping $1.5 million of Lagos State taxpayers' money to rent the island in Grenada, a Caribbean island nation where him and his side chick, Aisha Achimugu, spent a night to celebrate her 50th birthday. The Lagos State governor also paid $600,000 for a yacht where Flavor and Ashake entertained guests who flew into Grenada. Aisha became a citizen of Grenada through investment. The lover returned from Grenada today through a private jet that flew Sanwo-Olu, Aisha, and her children from a previous marriage. A second phase of I'm reading it as it's written. Also, if there are any grammatical errors, not mine, theirs. A second phase of then, I don't know what quite that means. A second phase of it, of then, it to day jamboree. What essentially whoever wrote this is saying is that a second day of celebration then ensued. I dare Sanwo-Olu and Aisha to take me to court in the United States, and I will unleash unreleased details. Don't play with me. So this is what this guy now, Jackson Uday, is saying. So this is what he is saying, and these are just snippets now of that celebration. So I've muted it, of course, for reasons of copyright for the music. But that apparently, allegedly, is the yacht that Sanwo-Olu rented now to flex with his side chick. So Sanwo-Olu flexing with his side chick. So how the other half live, and on it goes. And this now a response from Sanwo-Olu. It says last weekend. So this, of course, the Sanwo-Olu space response, and you can see them from the blue tick. Babajide Sanwo-Olu that this is a verified Twitter handle. Last weekend in St. George's, Grenada, I presented Prime Minister Dixon Michel with a miniature of the Blue Line Rail, and we engaged in extensive discussions on various aspects of our bilateral relationship, focusing particularly on tourism, agriculture, and other economic interests that could benefit both our regions. Prime Minister Michel also shared exciting plans for Grenada's upcoming 50th anniversary celebration in February. It was a productive and enriching exchange, setting the stage for deeper collaboration between our regions. Additionally, I had the opportunity to attend some social events, further strengthening the ties between our two nations. So this is a Sanwo Olu. This is a stock excuse which has been pre-prepared as a cover story for him now going to spend all of that money on a side chick. So there is no correlation between Grenada and Lagos State that will facilitate for a visit from the sitting governor of Lagos State, who is busy enough with the myriad of problems that Lagos State is facing. There is nothing that is of fruit and an event that would lead to someone who live in Lagos to go to Grenada. Only really, of course, they will arrange a meeting with the prime minister there to serve as a reason for that trip. But that trip has already been said by this blogger, is essentially to flex for his side chick. So he went to present a miniature of the Blue Line Rail to the prime minister of Grenada. For what purpose? He went to so let's boil it down to exactly what it means. Let's boil it down to its core essence. He has actually traveled to Grenada to present a toy train to the Grenadian Prime Minister. And that essentially is what he's telling us is the purpose of his trip, which, of course, a cover story to go and blow $6 million on his side chick. Listen again. Last weekend in St. George's, Grenada, I presented Prime Minister Dixon Michel with a miniature of the Blue Line Rail, and we engaged in extensive discussions on various aspects of our bilateral relationship, focusing particularly on tourism, agriculture, and other economic interests that could benefit both our regions. So there is absolutely nothing happening in Grenada that facilitates that level of movement. So Asawolu going to impress his side chick, but it carries on. Let me see, have I read that in full? Yeah, so I've read that in full. So it carries on. So this is Sanwo-Olu now presenting. This is the purpose of the now 10 million, because the $6 million that he spent was to celebrate his side chick's 50th birthday. But the totality of that trip, we're looking at the region of $10 million. So the purpose of a $10 million spend of Lagos State taxpayers' money is essentially that image that you are seeing on your screen for our Pepe Rempe governor to go and present a toy train to the Yopi Prime Minister of Grenada. That is the purpose of the purpose of the $10 million trip is for Sanwo Olu to go and present a toy train to the Prime Minister of Grenada. Not my words, his. That is what he said. He spent $10 million of your money to go and present a toy train to the Prime Minister of Grenada. It carries on still. So it says, so this is now the chap coming out with the expose, Jackson Uday. It says, met Aisha Achimugu, Governor Sanwo-Olu's lover. The two lovebirds spent Lagos billions partying in Grenada. Aisha Achimugu, the wife of the first Nigerian to die of COVID, went on a love boat trip to the island of Grenada with her lover, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, partying and spending Lagos taxpayers' money in billions to celebrate Aisha's 50th birthday. Sanwo-Olu, a serial womanizer who once had a fling with embattled former minister Betta Adu, So apparently, I didn't even know that this guy was a philanderer. Sanwo Olu, he caught the image of a choir boy, but don't let your daughter anywhere near him. Apparently, Sanwo Olu, a serial womanizer who once had a fling with embattled former minister Betta Edu, traveled to Grenada on the birthday bash of his new lover Aisha, renting a private island where they did what lovers do. So, a bang. Anyway, let me not go there. Pictures and videos of the two lovebirds in Grenada are being expected from my contacts who saw them. More details coming. So more details coming, and these are the details now coming now. So this is what a $6 million birthday bash looks like. So you can see all the preps and the pomp and the pageantry and the peacocking and all of that. So everything in full flow. So if you've ever wondered what your money is spent on, why you don't have bad roads is exactly why you don't have good roads. Well, you have bad roads. So why you don't have good roads in Lagos is exactly because of this. And this now is the chick. Just look at that. So this now is a Sanwo Olu side chick. Look at the denomination of the dollars that she's just throwing at the barman, and that will buy you that is what this girl is just throwing in the face of the barman will buy you it will buy the house that you are living in now, I suspect. And look at those are $100 bills, by the way. If you need me to tell you, you can see let me here you see. So those are $100 bills that she's just throwing, and that's Sanwo Olu's side chick right there, apparently, allegedly. So this is how life is being lived now within the Nigerian expansion. They've internationalized their looting now, and it's just Owambe globally now. Look at that. This reminds me of that clip of Betta Edu parting away in some plush restaurant in Abuja. So that is what it looks like, and that is what it looks like. So there it is right there. So that is the color of your money. Akim, have you ever seen anything like this? Akim, good to see you. Now, wow,
Good to see you one man. Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. Have you seen
Yeah.
this? This Sanwo Olu now that everybody feels like it's some choir boy, but apparently, don't let your daughters near him.
One man. Good afternoon to you. It's nice that you've came out at our own time, not those Yankees time. Because we on this side of the divide, we'll be struggling to keep up with the show most of the time. So it's good that you're out. I was going to join yesterday, but I felt I kind of got too busy with other stuff. So, Wama, where did you get the news from? Is it like a reliable source or just one of those things? Because the
It,
six
it
million
is
dollars
it
is
is
it $6 or
all over.
$10 million?
Yes, it's all over social media. So this is what is being talked about in Nigeria today. And the news is so punchy that Sanwo-Olu has responded to it. So for him to respond to it, you know that it's about to be exposed. And he confessed in the response, he admitted that he was in Grenada, so we document that as a fact. But he said he went there to present a miniature of the Blue Line train to the Prime Minister of Grenada. So, so that of course a cover story for the party that he went for a side chick. So I think there's some veracity to the story, Akim.
Yeah, I think if it's a confirmed story, a true story, then the Lagos State House of Assembly then have to investigate, and if it's found wanted, then it's got to be there's got to be a severe penalty for that, because if especially when they can link it to a state fund, because these governors, they have a lot of money in their hands, especially with their security vote, which they can do whatever they wish with. So, but I would say that if it's something, maybe he was trying to go to Grenada for some backyard or non-existing
Look at
deal.
the money that that girl is flexing right there. That's the better part of $20,000. Those are $100 bills.
Yeah, but one more, you don't know where that girl come from as well. She might come from a very rich background as well.
Really.
Sanwo-Olu is not going to go if he wants to cheat on his wife. He's not going to go to Mushin and pick some girls from the
But
street.
they are
He's going
saying
to go.
it's a serial. They are saying it's a serial womanizer. That's what they are actually saying. That it's a serial womanizer.
Yeah, one man. That is not the big. That's not the That's not the point. A lot of people that are calling him that, they're probably worse than someone who, if you want to kind of look at it properly, a lot of us, we accuse people of things that we do ourselves. For him,
Are
if
you
that is what
disappointed, Akim? Are you so disappointed that Sanwo Olu's side chick is a 50-year-old woman? You know, if you are going to side chick, at least do it properly. You'd expect some
uh,
barely legal girl, not some 50-year-old woman.
that one man, maybe that's your own preferences. So every
No, 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 I'm a married man. No, I don't play those things. I leave that to do young people.
maybe that's
Eh?
your own preferences, one man. So if there's something you need to tell us, you should start talking now, one man. So at the end of the day, listen, if that is what happened, that is his own preference. If that is who he likes, who he wants to be doing whatever he's doing with, yeah, that is his own choice. But the only thing I'm against here is that if it happens to be that he's using state fund for such lavish birthday or whatever they call it, then that for me is unacceptable. That cannot stand. So if that is the rumor flying, then the Lagos State House of Assembly need to pick it up and then start an investigation to see if he is actually using funds that was meant for the state. But things like this are absolutely difficult to nail a governor on, because these people have money that are voted to them that they are not constitutionally liable to the people for. So is Sanwo-Olu $10 million? That's chicken change to Sanwo-Olu, man. That's nothing, you know. So for me, uh, look, it's not good for his image, because Sanwo-Olu as a person looks. It doesn't. If you look at him, you don't see that in him. You see some homely gentleman who is faithful to his wife and stuff.
But
That
that's the
that is the
surprise.
image.
That's what makes it a story, though, Akim. Because, like you said, you don't see if you say that oh, Dakwa Abiodun or somebody, yeah, you can see that, but you don't see it
Yeah,
with Sanwo-Olu, who presents this choir boy sort of image, but apparently every fine baby is a target.
every fine baby is a target. One man, that is it, man. It takes the grace of God for a man to be like faithful to their wife or to one woman, because a lot of things are happening out there, and there are a lot of I don't like to use the word temptation. Man, as a man, sometimes men like to they like to kind of vie into other areas. Eating one delicacy is not enough for them sometimes. So men like to be trying other stuff. So, but for
Man
me,
does not
those
live by
him,
bread alone, Abi, as the good book said.
I,
Man
I
does
I know. So for me, those are not the issue. It's just that the image, the person of Sanwo-Olu, you will never, you don't look at him and think that he does things like that. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of have a different image, a sort of different appearance that maybe the things sometimes the appearance can be deceiving as well. So, but for me, at the end of the day, what really matters is, as long as those funds are not linked to Lagos State pause, that is for me, it's not a problem. That is his own personal life. That is his own private life. The problem will be between him and his wife, uh, and that's all.
Do you think that Nigerian women, especially Yoruba women, married women, when they get to a certain phase within their marriage, 15, 20 years, they already surrender that the man is going to do as he will, just don't embarrass me? Is that sort of the arrangement that, especially in Lagos, if you're a successful man with a lot of funds, then your wife really at some stage has to surrender that. Go and do your nonsense. If you want to do your, I don't approve, but don't embarrass me. So is it a case of surrender really for Nigerian women married to successful men?
Okay, so it's kind of a status issue. So imagine somebody who is a wife to a governor, not just any governor, a Lagos State governor. So for her, it's she has that status as the first lady of Lagos State. Where for me, I'm not sure if they've surrendered. I just think maybe there's a cultural issues there. Some women tend to kind of accept that a man can do that. There was an incident of this guy in Benin who's a very popular guy who has a wife already, and then there were rumors that he was dating this other lady who is also a famous musician. And look, this man took the girl home, married, kind of just like as in properly married the woman, and the other wife was there. She accepted everything. So imagine, imagine trying that in the UK, one man. Eh, but
I,
the metropolitan police will be there
yeah,
to come
definitely. I,
and witness the wedding.
I
So a
came.
lot of our women, once they are with men that they know that okay, this man is got everything, so they just feel like, you know what, look, let him do whatever he wants to do as long as my life is sorted. So I think that is the problem. It's more about status, it's more about wealth, it's more about fame. If the man was poor, they're never going to accept that one man, never.
All right, Akim, let me take you to one more clip and then we'll wrap it up. I usually like these afternoon sessions to last more than 30, 40 minutes, just for reasons of watch back when people want to watch it back. Let me take you now. I'm sure you are familiar with the face on your screen. This is the alleged famous Abuja kidnapper that was arrested. But here he is now telling his story. So listen to this, Akim, and then give us your thoughts.
Yeah.
Hold on.
First of all, I want to greet the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You said? Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And the ordinary president. Like the family. But anything I say today, let it be recorded. That's why we are here. I know some people will say I'm lying because this is how we always do. I'm going to say, everything I'm going to say is the truth and nothing but the truth. Between God and man, between God that created the heaven and the earth, I'm not a kidnapper. I repeat, I'm not a kidnapper. I've not been in this business for any long at all. Let me explain how. How many have you kidnapped? I've not kidnapped any, sir. With due respect. So what happened on that? I will explain. Why are you here? What happened on that? I will explain. I and my friend Chilobere, we went on patrol. Okay, the aim was to collect car.
To collect car, to rob?
Collect car, yes.
To steal?
Car, yes. So, I'm getting to Little Lorry. Like 3 years. So, my friend was the one riding the car. The owner of the car. His name is, I don't know his voice. Normally call him Yellow because I don't know him, but my friend know him very well. Because my friend can speak Hausa, but me I can't. So after passing that very position, the Yellow now saw that Helios and said he should turn back. And after turning back, that's how my friend drove into the compound. And they asked the man for the key. Go and give them the key. To be sincere, their aim and plan was not to take the man with them. But I don't know why the Yellow, which is the one that is sponsoring that has the car and that has the weapons, say the man should enter the back seat. So me sitting there, I can't say anything because Chidebere is in is in the Benz, and the yellow is driving the man's car. I collected the key, and the man is inside the back seat. Me too, I'm at the back seat. So we drove. So not knowing that why yellow took the man along was he needed to collect some money from him. So yellow asked him, why did he? Well, I mean, how much does he have in his account? The man first said it was 5 million. Then later on, he said it was 2 million. And Yellow now said, look, no problem. I was going to give him the money, but nobody's going to touch him, that we don't keep you, we are not kidnappers. So, and so. So me, I didn't say anything. Even when they interviewed me for the first time, the suspect was there. I mean, the complainant, which is the man, he knows everything. He knows that me that's inside there, I don't have power to say anything. I don't have power to talk to Yellow. I don't have power to talk to that person. It was Howard that is staying, that is sitting with close to the man. I was pointing the man gun, and that's it. So their main aim, they want to snatch the car and take it to move it to Kano.
So how many guns were you people carrying that day?
Yellow normally come from Kano. The first day he came was on 16th. Understand me? He came on 16th. So that 16th, we didn't see anything. So he went back to sleep in the garage. That was the first day I saw Yellow. But the Chidebere I was telling you about is my friend. I know him very well. I know that one very well. But the Yellow, I only know Yellow through that Chidebere, and I know the other Awal through three. It was Yellow that brought the guns.
So how long have you been in this armed robbery business, and how many are you in your gang?
How many cars? How many cars una don't carry? How many cars una don't carry?
Sir, with due respect, let the word here. I've not snatched any car or gone point to anybody or carry anybody's car. The last time I was in problem, which I was interviewed very well. Thank God, man. I just came out from somewhere, from challenge that I had with Morga, Mr. Aruna, because I'm an electrical engineer. So after having some issue with him, that one, yes, I took his money. It's Morga, I normally do work for him. So after them, the whole thing. I have a car that I normally ride as taxi, used in town service. And this Chidebere, Ahmed Chidebere was one of my drivers before. I was one of my drivers. So that time, I collected that one that he was riding after I've submitted one to Morga to easy to compensate him for the money that he got issued with him. So then, I was not having anything after coming out from that case. No car, nothing to do, now no work in sight. So then we met someone called Johnson. He knows us very well as a taxi drivers. So he now asked Chidebere that what happened to his car. Chidebere said he had that accident with the police. The motor that is riding is a police officer that has.
When did you start robbing?
I'm not. I just made these people new now. I didn't know them now. I only know Chidebere.
All right, so there it is, Akim. So that's the guy now that they allegedly caught as a big time kingpin Abuja kidnapper. But his narrative is that it's not a kidnapper, it's an armed robber, as though that was a better, as though that stands him in better stead.
Yeah,
But his
that's a better one.
But when he was telling the story, they went to rob this guy's car in his house, and then they forced the guy into the car and took him away, looking to get money. Oh, so that's kidnapping right there. So what are you making of this guy's narrative? They've tried to ethnicize it online, But what are you making of him now with his confessional statement?
Yeah, one man. If you listen to the guy, that guy is a kidnapper. Okay, so he's just trying to make up statement, and they were not even hard enough. If you listen to him very well, they were going to take a car. They took a car. He was pointing a gun to the man. Hang on, sorry. What are you, he actually said he was sitting at the back pointing the gun to the man. He couldn't do anything. So like, I don't understand. Could you not ask them, is this the plan? Why are we taking the man? Are we not supposed to just take the car and go? Why didn't you ask your fellow guys that you guys are doing business together? Why are you taking the innocent man? As if that is even not bad enough. He's trying to justify armed robbery as if it's a lesser offense. These people, man, look, they are said they are limit to the way to the amount of blame we're going to put on poverty. Okay, so this is not, these guys are not people who are poor. One man, gun is not cheap. To buy the gun, owning the gun, it's not cheap. There's no way you want to buy a gun that you're not going to spend at least 40, 50,000 naira in Nigeria today. And these guys had 3 guns. And then are they going to blame poverty? So for me, these guys, these are the he's a kidnapper, man. He's a kidnapper. I think he's been caught. He's trying to make his way out of it. Look, one man, growing up here, I've personal experience when it comes to issues like this. So I remember there was a time a friend of mine came to me and said, "Oh, there was this guy, his auntie, they live in GROA, they have money. The guy is telling him that they should go and get the money, this and that." So I look at him and I say, "Guy, don't do that nonsense, you know. Say, don't try that nonsense." So this is exactly the same thing, one man. This guy ended up going on behind me. He came back, like I didn't see him for the whole day, and he came back that night. He had a lot of money. Like I was like, where did this guy get money from? Like, one man, he had a lot of money. The next week they came to arrest him. One man, his family spent so much money. They must pay 50 times what he took from that house. They must have spent 50 times what. These are the things that are happening. These guys get themselves into stupidness and they come to look for excuse for it. These guys, look, they should look at the way he's even putting his hand in the chair, sitting down in very comfortable between man and God. This is the truth. Yo, listen, I don't support the way the guy has been interviewed in the public by cameramen, by media houses. I don't support those kind of criminal justice system that we operate in Nigeria. The police should do their investigation in-house, put him before the court, and then let him be found guilty or not guilty by the court process. This one that they are doing media trial, I don't support it, and I will never support it. I don't like it. I think the Nigerian police need to change the way they prosecute criminals. I don't know what they're trying to do.
What are you making, Akim? What are you making of the way this storyline is being ethnicized online? Have you even seen how it's been ethnicized online? Because of course, he's a Southeasterner arrested in Abuja, kidnapping a Southwesterner. So a lot of people are saying that they were just profiling him, that they were trying to um, deviate the kidnapping narrative to Southeasterners, and how can the Southeasterner be the kingpin of kidnapping in Abuja? So there's a lot of that going around this. It's almost like they're almost trying to choir boy him in the same way that the choir boy that Peter Obi. But what are you making of all that?
Is it the same way they did with the guy that forged the jam result? Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. This is the same. It's the same template.
Yeah, but this is the problem, one man. Look, a criminal is a criminal, regardless of the tribe or the look. It doesn't matter. People who try to ethnicize the whole thing, they're stupid people. They have no brains in their head. This guy could have he could have kidnapped anybody's parent. That man is probably somebody's parent, right? The look, it's not about tribe, it's about the actions of the individual. If he has done something wrong, and this is one of the things I said, I don't like this media trial. The police should have done all their whatever they want to do. One man, you and I will leave. They'll tell you a man of 40-something years old from so place has been arrested. You will never hear the names until a conviction has been made. Then they will not news will not release the name of the people and the crime they committed and the sentencing and everything, because you're still innocent until proven guilty. But this kind of media trial now, what does it do? It puts everything into the social media space. And Nigerians, once they start talking about social media matter, it's all tribal. Look, even it doesn't matter how elite or how educated you are. Look at Ali Ndume the other day. Look at the nonsense he was coming up with. So this is what we do these days. And one man, I don't even know if that country can survive as one anymore. I'm not one who used to say Nigeria should divide, but the way you're seeing the northern elite on every single issue they are coming out against the Tinubu administration, things they never did under Buhari, nothing. These people were mute for 8 years. Within 8 months, everybody started running out of the hole that they were all hiding, crawling out with all their stupidness. And this is the same thing you're seeing here, whereby someone has committed a crime. Everybody's looking for his tribe. They're looking for his name. If he was a full animal, oh, thank God it's a full animal. What difference does it make? He's a criminal. What difference does his tribe make? It's almost like they're looking for the tribe to kind of justify certain mindsets, certain narrative. How does that help anyone? One man, you still there?
I am still here. All right. We're going to wrap it up here, Akim, unless there's anything else you want to speak on. We'll do this again tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be looking at the top 10, top 20 biggest corruption issues cases in Nigeria. So hopefully you'll be here round about this time, maybe a bit earlier, maybe about 1:30 there about UK time. We do that. Just a micro little session.
Hey, one man, before you go ahead, I've seen on news that Fubara has won his case in the Supreme Court. So I think maybe one of the things that he was worried about by accepting those deals was that maybe the presidency will use their power to kind of nullify his election through the Supreme Court. But now that it's safe, let's see. Let's watch that space, see how it goes. But I think that deal is signed as kind of whittled down his powers, and it's almost like
It'll be interesting to see if Fubara is able to defeat Wike, but
he has given away too much already. That's the problem, he's giving away too much. He had the upper hand and he let it slip. So he's giving too much away. But as long as the House of Assembly, as is currently constituted now, are all nearly all of them are now Wike loyalists. So what is he going to do? They are now bringing back the commissioners that have resigned. It's almost like they're just going to give him everything. Like whatever they want to give him, that is what they will give him. That is the kind of government. It's almost like a lame dog government. And he made a big mistake. When you start a fight, there is no going back. You have to fight to finish. Oh, look at when Obaseki started with Toshomole, it went all the way. There's nothing like, oh no. If it's 5 House of Rep member, it's five. If it's 5 state House of Rep, yeah, that is it. 5 state House of Rep member. You ride with those one for the whole 4 years. That is it. Don't give an inch. But I think he has given too much away, and it's not lying. Like, look, if they want to get rid of him tomorrow, they will. They have all the powers now. But I'm sure Wike will try to respect the deals he had with Tinubu and just let the man do whatever he wants to do for the next 4 years. Thank you very much, one man. Hopefully,
do you have the sense that Fubara is going to be a one-term governor?
It's looking more like that, except if Rivers people stand behind him, because it's almost certainly looking like.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if they stand behind him or not if they don't give him the ticket.
Yeah, but he could go to a Labour Party, he could go to another, because
All
don't
right,
forget,
yes.
Labour Party did very well in River State in the last presidential election. He could move to another party. But the thing is, if he wants to fight this fight, then he has to go to Atiku's side. Now he has to go to Atiku's side and then try to use that to influence, just as Wike is trying to influence the National Working Committee of PDP. He is the governor of River State. He has a lot of resources in his within his reach, so he can start to work within the party National Working Committee to try to make sure that people, whoever are those people who are going to be there, some of them will be his own people. And that was what Wike did. He kind of spent a lot of money to put people in places, people that are loyal to him, people that will work for him. So, but now, if Ubara wants to fight this fight continuously, because for sure, guarantee is Wike is not going to give him second term ticket in River State under PDP. No way, he's not going to get it. So, but all he can do now, because he can use Wike's position in Tinubu's government and Wike position fighting against certain faction of the PDP to kind of look for a way to gain more support within that National Working Committee of the PDP or whichever congresses they want to set up, try to put people in place. So if he can do that, then that will help him later on. But as it stands now, is looking like it's just Rivers people that can save him, or that can give him second term.
All right, brilliant. So thank you, Akim. So hopefully, Akim will see you later in the evening. I know that the evening session is a bit more tasking because of the time difference, but the session is always richer whenever you turn up. So turn up and share your wisdom. So that's like,
One man, I said, what did you and Emeka, what did you do at Dr. Damages that they were just it's as if whenever you go on that show, it's like a poison, like you throw some.
I don't even go there anymore because I just because the conversations I want to have, they don't want to have it. They want to stay within. I'm a little bit disappointed, actually. I have to say to you, Akim, because for Niger Watch, yes, I can see that sort of a thing. But with Rudolph, I was expecting a more elevated sort of a space where the conversation would be a lot more nuanced. But if you don't toe the party line, they just rush at you. It just claws out, fangs
It's
out,
insulting. It's
and
insulting.
the abuse. I can't do abuse, so I'm at a disadvantage when it comes to, because I cannot bring myself to start abusing people, so I'm at a disadvantage when it degenerates to some gutter something. So I just thought, let
Yeah,
them
but
be.
what I don't understand, one man, the election is finished. So what's this level of I don't understand, this animosity, hatred? It's almost like if you are just associate, if you for 1 minute, as if you're not towing that line. No, government, they are paying him. He's on their paymaster. Is this? Is that? You hear all sort of. These are the devilish people. These are the wicked. They just start
Yes,
saying all.
Peter Obi cannot be all good and Tinubu cannot be all bad. So that's not a realistic or a practical outlook on life. But and I don't like the way they are playing the opposition as well. So everything that in terms of a policy position, their only thing is to try and diminish it, to try and negate it, to try and rubbish it, to try and criminal. It's quite wearing. And then if it becomes too predictable, then it becomes ineffectual. The sort of opposition I was looking for from these people is, yes, don't credit the government too much, but if there is a good policy position, you say, yes, they are on the right line, but they could have done it better. I would have done it better. That is still opposition. And that is still, but not any and everything. Oh, look at it. Oh, they spent 160 million on cars. Oh,
What do you expect from a drug lord? What do
they're
you
still
expect
doing
from?
drug lord. They're still
Yes,
doing
of
drug
course, yes,
lord.
it is. It's
Nearly
stupid,
one.
that one man.
Tinubu will be 1 year in government in 3 months' time, and they're still doing. Where is this at? I mean, God, come on, man. It's just a nonsense, isn't it?
Yeah,
And
look,
we're all the poorer because we need a really very strong opposition to sweat the government hard, but they are not doing their job.
but at the end of the day, one man, they are even doing themselves a disservice. You can't. Okay, you pick somebody. going into the election because you thought this was the best among all of them. So why have you now adopt this person as a god? What happened if in the next election somebody better comes up? So what that means you're stuck. You cannot even say, okay, you know what, this person is better now. Let me switch. You're just there. It's almost like, oh, look, a lot of them now call Peter Obi my principal. Election is finished. What principle are you talking about? Election is gone.
Another ridiculous thing that they're doing, which really amuses me, they are calling Tinubu Mr. Tinubu. Well, it can be Mr. Tinubu, but whatever policy decision he makes in Aso Rock will affect your life instantly. So
Of course, you cannot. Whatever it is goes.
Low, the level of functioning there.
They're still telling you, oh, he didn't win the election. INEC gave him the election. What kind of one man? So look, this stupid. It's just that sometimes at night I cannot come there when Passat is talking and you guys let him talk and get away with it. Nobody even comes. So how do you? So how is it? Was it not the same INEC that conducted all the election in the southeast? What about those results? Was it not the same INEC that conducted
the results from the southeast, Kim? The results from the southeast during the presidential election, that was the most dubious set of results to come out of that election. No matter how popular a guy is, you cannot tell me that a guy is getting. Nobody is that popular to be getting 95-96% of the votes cast. So that's the biggest rigging that went on there. Somebody getting
one man, hold on 1 second.
You know,
how do you rig elections when you look if you start to give them fact of the result, they'll tell you, oh no, they make it like that so that people don't get suspicious of it. Like, how does that even make sense? Look, imagine you go to Kano.
Do you know that in Peter Obi's case at the Supreme Court, he never contended that he won the election. He never presented the case to. So
they knew they didn't win.
If the guy himself is not saying that he won, but you are insisting that he did, I mean, it's just a farce.
This is just stupidness, man. When are they going to stop all this nonsense? Like sometimes I get so upset. I want to go on that Dr. Damage. I say, you know what? It's not worth my time. You know, there's no point because there are certain people you want to debate. Like when I come on the shows, right? I want a debate. I don't want to be fixated by certain element. I want to be able to say, okay, maybe you know what, maybe you have a point, or maybe no. Okay, no, that is not it's a debate. We discuss political matter, we discuss what is going on around town, but this idea that it has to be one way, zombie. If Ajali Koko was here, I would have sung his fella because I heard him singing some fella's song yesterday. That man. If Ajali Koko was there, yeah, he would have sung zombie or zombie for them. Like, it's stupid, one man. How does that, please, when they do this on one man went to move, you guys should try and challenge those certain elements. It doesn't make sense. Like, when are they going to stop? Oh, he didn't win the election. Oh, he lost. Look, he's the president. Let's go. Let's move. If you want to debate the election result, look for time, come on the platform, we debate the election result. And I asked somebody that day, I said, if they want to rig election, they would have rigged it in Kano and nothing would have happened because NNPP only won Kano State. So they would not have gone to court anyway. But yet they still won over 1 million votes. How did you? I'm not even talking about state where it was contested between Obi and Tinubu. I'm talking about state that even both PDP and Labour Party were not even involved. Straight fight between NNPP and APC. APC could still not rig NNPP out in Kano. So they'll start making, oh no, if you rig Kano, it will be this. You start hearing stupid excuse, man. Oh man, look, thank you very much for the opportunity today. It's good to join you, and hopefully you have a good day.
Oh, all right, thank you, Akim. So hopefully we'll see you tonight, and I'm back on again tomorrow, so around about this time. So hopefully, if you're free, you join us. So that was Akim, of course, the majestic tones of Akim. So thank you, everybody. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and share and all that. So like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe, and share. So that's it. So we see you tomorrow, and